So here it is given that a cylindrical capacitor is filled with two cylindrical layers of dielectric with permittivities epsilon 1 and epsilon 2. This permittivities means dielectric constant. So as we denote, this epsilon 1 is not the absolute permittivity, that is the dielectric constant K1, and epsilon 2, it is also the dielectric constant K2, right? Okay. Inside radii of the layers are equal to R1 and R2 respectively. So that is it. R1 and R2. Now there you have this charge actually inside, right? Have the charge inside there. Conducting rod or conducting cylinder is inside, and it is surrounded by dielectric. Now there is one more, and so the inside radii are given. So maybe it's a large, or it's not given the outside radii. Okay. So there are two materials inside the dielectric. Now this one inside, this is having dielectric constant K1, or it is represented as this epsilon 1, and the outside one this is having dielectric constant K2 or epsilon 2. Now let we can write, let lambda be charge per unit length in the conducting cylinder. So this inner one, this hashed one, is the conducting cylinder. So you have to find the maximum permissible values of dielectric of the electric field string are equal to E1m and E2m. Now where will be the field's maximum here? So in this K1 dielectric, the electric field is maximum here at the inner surface E1, and for this outside dielectric the maximum field is E2. So what we have to do is that this E1 will be equal to E1m, and simultaneously this E2 maximum field strength within dielectric K2 will be equal to E2m. These two will be simultaneously true. And what is E1? So E1 is this, what 2 pi epsilon naught r1. This would have been the field in vacuum. Now it's divided by the dielectric constant epsilon 1 or K1 if you want to write it that way. So this is equal to E1m, and say for E2 this lambda by epsilon 2, that is that dielectric constant K2 also you can write 2 pi epsilon naught R2 is equal to E2m. Now to find out the relation we can divide the two. That means out of this expression and this expression we can divide the two expressions. So we will get R2 epsilon to R2 by epsilon naught into R1 equal to E1m divided by E2m. So that is the condition required. Relationship required is this epsilon to R2 E2m is equal to epsilon naught R1 into E1m.